Hi guys. I cannot seem to get away from this orange golden eye look, and that's okay because I feel like if I like it and if it's calling me and I feel like, you know, if the palette tells me that this is what I need to do, then this is what I need to do, because I've been trying to get away from this golden orange eye look for a while now, and I just seem to be always ending back into golden orange. It just seems like when I see a gold shimmer in a palette, I just cannot look away from it. I'm just stuck on that gold until I use it. If not, it's just gonna get stuck in my head and I have to use it. Okay, I feel like my inner corner has, let me just zhuzh it up a little bit. Much better. Tell me this is not much better. All right, so you're here to see Black owned makeup brand Slay, because February is almost over. So today I'm doing this golden, I call it golden hour. So you're here to see this golden hour Slay. It's like a sunset Slay mixed with a little blue sky action under my eyes, mixed with all this shimmer golden going on. So look, I cannot get away from a gold shimmer shade in a palette. I just cannot seem to do it. So I just give in to it, okay? If I see an orange kind of shade and I see a golden kind of shade, I'm always gonna put them together because I love the way it looks on my skin. So if you want to see which palettes or which brands I use in today's Black owned makeup Slay, then keep on watching. So my eyelids are prepped and I have a shape that I want to try out. So we'll see how it goes. Just bear with me. Hopefully everything works out for the better. So today I'm going to be using Ace Beauty palettes, or Ace Beaute palette. This is the Vintage Dawn palette and it is absolutely gorgeous. So the second one I'm showing you is the Scarlet Dust palette. So I'm gonna use this palette and I'm first taking this shade over here, okay? And I'm gonna put that in my crease. So I'm just going ahead and stamping the shade in. You know, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just stamping it in, making sure that it shows up and shows out because we want it to look gorgeous. Guys, like this, I feel like this essentially by itself is a vibe. Like, shut it down, let's go home. We're just gonna go walk around like this, okay? Like, so the thing I like about Ace Beaute is that the palettes, the color stories in the palettes are gorgeous. The colors are pigmented, but the palettes themselves have these gorgeous, intricate designs on there that look like doilies. Like, it's absolutely pretty. I like this, and I feel like all their palettes have a similar kind of shape or similar kind of, you know, metallic thing going on the back of the palettes, and I'm here for it, okay? I'm here for it. I am gonna go ahead and blend out the edges of this, you know, that we got going on. So first I went into the Scarlet Dusk palette. Now I am gonna go into the Daybreak palette, and I'm taking this shade over here. I'm going to use that to blend the edges of this. Of course, I could have went in with Horizon, which is the shade right next to it, but if I go in with Daybreak, it gives me an option to use the yellow to lighten the deeper shade that I put down first. That way I can, you know, use another brush or the same brush to blend the two together. But as I was blending this, I got the idea to put blue on the outside of it. I think that would make it a really nice blend too. I just need to stick to what I want to do. Like, the blend I want to do, I need to stick to it and not deviate from it. So that's what we're gonna do. All I did was lay down my yellow. I just tapped it down, just made sure that it was showing up, and that was it. I haven't even blended it out yet, okay? That's all I've done. So I'm gonna take our first brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend these two shades together just to create that beautiful transition. I'm gonna deepen this crease over here with another shade. I'm taking our Scarlet Dusk palette and I'm taking this shade right here. I feel like that is a perfect shade to deepen my crease with. So I'm actually gonna start low because I don't want it to overtake the blend that I've done, okay? I'm not putting it too high because I want it to barely show I absolutely love the two intense orange shades that I put down. I don't want this darker shade to overtake it, but I do want to have like a slightly darker halo around the cut crease that I'm gonna do. So that's why I'm putting this down. Okay, so I'm taking a completely clean brush and I'm going to blend these two shades together. I'm definitely living for this blend. I feel like I'm gonna call it golden hour because I really like how it looks. I went ahead and blended out all the shades together. I really like how they're all married and beautiful and looking gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease and I'll come right back. Okay, so I cut my crease. This is, sometimes it just comes out okay, sometimes it doesn't, but we're cut. I'm going back into Vintage Dawn, and you guys, this shade has been screaming my name. So I'm taking this shade, okay? I'm not gonna resist it. I'm just gonna go with the flow, you know, go with the shades that talk to you, unless you were trying to, you know, break out of a pattern. Right now, I'm not trying to break out of any pattern, so I'm just gonna go in with that shade, and I'm gonna put that all over. I am digging into the shade, like really digging in there, because I want this to show up, okay? Like brutally show up. I want it to be on my eye. So I am abusing this shade. There's no way you can tell me that I'm not abusing it because I know I am. I'm digging so hard into this shade. If the cops arrived, they would arrest me for harassment because this... Okay, so I'm gonna use the Range Beauty foundation, and this is the shade Night Dip. Okay, I'm gonna put some into my skin. I didn't use like a pump or whatever. I just put a bunch on my face. I'm gonna blend it in. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Today we're just guesstimating. Okay, so the tone of this foundation looks really, really good. It literally matches my face. Like, it matches parts of my face really nicely. It's not so red. It has a perfect tone for, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I don't have to worry about overusing it, that it's gonna be too red or anything. It doesn't do that. It literally looks like skin, and it settles down so quickly. I don't know if it's a matte foundation or not. I have to find that out. I'm trying to cover some marks on the side of my face over here. I know, my face still looks whitish with the product around it, and that's okay. We're gonna deal with all of that, okay? We just need to get the base looking flawless. Like, this matches my neck and my face. Like, it matches so perfectly. It doesn't make it look like I don't have, like I have too much foundation on my face because the tone is off or anything. It looks beautiful right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link down below the first video I did trying out and swatching out the Range Beauty foundation so that you guys can see it. But I have 3 of them over here, and I did swatch all 3 in that video, and I also used it in that video so you can see. And because this is more like a, you know, do and go kind of video, I can't really, I'm not trying to show you all the shades, but this is the shade Night Dip. Yeah, Night Dip, and it looks good. The first time I called it Night Drip, and I feel like it would have been way nicer if it was Night Drip, but this is it. It looks beautiful. You can't even tell that I have anything on. So I'm going in with the Juvia's Place concealer, and this is the shade number 5, and I'm just gonna blend it in, just like right inside in the, well, I guess on the inside of my eye, if that makes any sense, just to brighten it up a bit. Once the foundation, the concealer goes on, the eyeshadow starts looking human, for lack of a better word, okay? Because before you put it on, everything just looks crazy and wonky, okay? Once you start blending, everything just starts looking okay. And just I'm just use the butt of the blender to blend all around my face wherever I put the foundation. Okay, so I'm taking the Juvia's Place concealer, and this is the shade number 1. Okay, and I'm using that as my contour. I'm just gonna tap that or dot that everywhere I feel like my contour needs to go. And I'm blending it in with a with one of the Colored Rain sponges. Go in with the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1. And I'm going to use that as blush, okay? And I'm going to apply that all over my cheek area, and it's actually more cheek area, and then over my nose area because, you know, why not? I'm gonna use the blue in the palette, okay? So I'm gonna use this shade in the palette as my lower eyelid color. The question is now, how bright do I want it to look? Do I want it to be like super bright blue, or do I want it to be like a subtle kind of blue? I think I want it to be super bright blue. So I'm gonna apply some of the eyeshadow base on my lower eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the eyeshadow base on my lower eyelids because I do want that blue to really pop. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna take the same brush that I just used to blend in my shade. But before I do that, let me go ahead and apply like a bunch of powder on my lower eyelids, because knowing me, I'm gonna make a mess, okay? With the amount of color that I need to show up, I don't want it to get stuck on my face. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and apply our color. I'm gonna look up and do this. So the blue is not as, it's a very deep blue than what I thought it would be. I mean, I feel like it's still better than putting black on my lower eyelids, because that's probably what I was gonna end up doing anyway. I'm taking the same palette, Vintage Dawn. That's where the blue came from. I'm taking this shade in the Vintage Dawn palette, and I'm going to blend out the bottom of the blue that I put down. Okay, you guys, so my lashes are on. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette. I love this highlighter, so I'm just gonna keep using it until like it leaves my system. But that's the one I'm using. I'm just gonna do like a tiny bit of highlighter, not a whole lot, just a little bit right here, just a tiny little bit. A little bit over here. Okay, so I went ahead and set my face. I don't want to look up at you yet because I don't want my eyelids to go ahead and, you know, do the thing. But I'm taking this shade in the Vintage Dawn palette. I feel like I have been doing a lot of orange golden looks lately, but I just gotta get it out of my system, you know? So bear with me, okay? Just hold on a little longer. It's all gonna go away soon. So I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Yoko Set Lippy, because as a Yoko, I guess metallic and a matte shade, I'm gonna use this as my lip liner because I love the shade. Or maybe I'm gonna put it all over my lips. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I went ahead and put it all over my lips. I just couldn't help it. I did it, it's done. So this is my finished look, you guys. My eyes, like, I feel like I cannot get away from orange and gold for the time being, and that's okay. I'm just gonna write it out. I'm not gonna try to nip it in the bud because, you know, as much as I want to like do other colors, if I see a palette that has gold and orange together in that palette, I'm gonna use it. I went ahead and added some more of our deepest shades on the outside to just, you know, close it out a little bit more because it was a little too open at first for me and I didn't like that. But this is it, okay? My inner corner highlighter, I feel like just gives the whole eye look a different dimension, okay? So I feel like it gives it a different dimension, and I'm actually gonna add a little bit more to it because I'm feeling extra. And the thing I like about these palettes are the designs that are on the palettes. I also love the pigmentation, and for some odd reason, the first time I saw that brand, I fell in love. Come to find out, like later on, like months later, that it was actually a black owned brand, and that just like sealed the deal for me. Then I started feeling maybe because something in me knew, and that's why I was like loving them so much, you know. So I'm glad I love that brand. Like, so yeah, so we used the Ace Beaute palette. If you haven't checked them out, definitely go ahead and check them out. I will leave a link down below in the description box so you can see. I am not an affiliate with Ace Beaute, but I'm definitely gonna try to find out if I can be an affiliate, because you guys already know about the chocolates palette, you know about the Juvia's Place concealers, and of course you've seen me use, or if you haven't seen me use it, the Range Beauty foundations. I will put a link to the first video down below in the description box. I will also put a video of the Juvia's Place complexion products down below in the description box so you can see it. Juvia's Place is having a sale on their complexion products, 50% off, which makes the concealers like $7.50 or something, and the foundations like way cheaper than that. So way cheaper than the original price of $22. So definitely go ahead and check it out. At this point, you can buy a few different options: your summer shade, your winter shade, your I've been out in the summer all day shade, and you know, check those out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.